Hello, darlings. Welcome back to the channel. This is Nomadic Minarts Tarot. Today we're doing love readings today for the sign of Libra. This is sun sign Libra, rising, moon, or Venus. I like to do love readings a fairly specific way. I like to pull some oracle cards to get a baseline look of, the context of a love reading for someone so that someone can see at first if this resonates for them or not. If it hits them just right, or this feels familiar, this feels like something going on with me, then you can continue to watch the reading, which will last about half an hour to 40 minutes at the very most. I try for shorter. Sometimes things do get messy. And if it doesn't work, then maybe you can look at one of the other signs that you're rising Moon or Venus, or whatever one just appeals to you instinctively. Just because something is labeled an astrological sign doesn't mean that only that sign it applies to. Definitely go with your intuition. We go with our intuition here on this channel. I believe in intuition. So let's pull some oracle cards and get started. Actually, let's just pull one of these first. Okay. And some Kipper cards. These are non-tarot oracle cards. Kind of an old school thing. Can help give real basic context here. And let's definitely pull some tea leaves. These are very fun oracle card. Very slippery. Okay. All right. Sometimes I like to spread on pulls. Sometimes I like to see what pops. We're going to do a pop here. Any more? Any more? Any more for Libra? Our beautiful, aesthetically minded, always elegant Libra darlings. Okay. Oh, wow, that's a little too many 3Ps. I think that's enough. Nope. That one is meant to come out. Okay. Let's look at these first, and then we'll get to the tarot. You have synchronicity. How nice. This one's the idea of synchronicity has been coming up a lot in this month's, love spreads. I realize that humans are pattern-seeking creatures. We like to find patterns where there are none and assign meaning to them at the same time. And I get that. I mean, our political climate is filled with people who have a lot of magical thinking regarding pattern recognition. And that's how we got into this mess, partially. That, though, also, me, as somebody with a psych background, a Jungian psychology background in particular, I do believe in the concept of synchronicity. I do believe in the concept of the collective consciousness. And I believe that sometimes signs and wonders are real. So there's our first card. Let's look at our tea leaves. We have June. Ooh, nice. So this could be happening in a couple of months. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Do you have an event coming up? Maybe there is someone for you there. You have scales. Keep your life in balance. Oh God. Having this show up with a Libra spread. Sorry. It's like telling a redhead to wear green. Sorry, darlings. But yeah, you're doing that, obviously, and you're doing that with charm. Because Libras are nothing if not charming. Success. This came up earlier. Different spreads, well, so popular card today. I like the idea of success for you. I like the idea of success, balance, and pleasure for you. Cane. Pay attention to your health. Gosh. Because normally you don't, right? Yeah. And boat. Money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. Now, this could literally mean stuff, but it's also a love spread. So a windfall of love and affection is also on the menu. Let's look at the Kipper cards and see if we've got anything interesting archetypally. We have concern. Now, two ways to take this. There's concern as in fretting and worry, and then there's concern as in a going concern. In other words, an old school term for a business that is an important one, a situation that is important to you. A going concern means a thing that is valid and true for you in your life. Great fortune. Wow. Money stuff definitely showing up in this spread. Child. You might be a father or a mother. This might be relevant to you. Also, this could mean inner child stuff. Definitely could mean inner child stuff. What's going on? I mean, I'm not an astrologer, but I know what's going on astrologically right now with the retrogrades and the eclipse energies, which is a burning away of old things to create new space. Retrogrades kind of can force you to do some shadow work, some inner child stuff. I know. I know. Inner child. Joan, don't make me think about inner child stuff. But if you want to, take it out of that, if you're tired of thinking about your inner child, bless their little heart, you can think about your amygdala versus your frontal lobe. Your amygdala needs some care. Your frontal lobe needs to take care of that. The memories and the associations and things like that. Or you can think in terms of what needs to heal before this abundance that's clearly here, right, can come in. Because abundance can take many forms. It isn't necessarily money, obviously, right? It can be love, affection, care, friendship, generosity of emotion, generosity of spirit. Somebody who cares about what you do and what you think and what you have to say. So sometimes when you have inner child stuff, a bully and a background of, being bullied or a background of trauma, it's hard for us to recognize wholesomeness when it's in front of us, and it's easy to take toxic stuff as home and normal, she said. So right. Okay. So there's our basic atmosphere. It's still a little vague. So what I want to do is pull 3 tarot cards to get some context to see if that will clarify things a bit for you, and you can see if this is your spread. Alrighty. 4 cards. You and you, but not you. Okay. Don't know why, but you know how it is when you're pulling cards. You just know. Okay. You. Alright, here's some tarot context for this. We have the Chariot. There's a Merkaba at the bottom at the base of a boat, and dolphins are following. So that's a very charming depiction of the chariot, classically a charioteer with a chariot and 2 sphinx-like creatures pulling it or sitting down in front of it. Instead, we have porpoise or dolphin couple here guiding the boat, leading the boat. So there's both following and leading. There is also the idea of being divinely pulled in the direction you're supposed to go. So there is essence of fate in this card. There is an essence of, is this fated for you? We have the inspiration of wands, The inspiration of wands is the King of Wands. No, excuse me, forgive me. The Queen of Wands in this deck. And inspiration is the Queen court cards for this deck, and inspiration of wands is just an incredibly attractive person. The Queen of Wands is the babe. She's a babe. Women like her, men like her. She's maybe your ideal in some way. It doesn't necessarily be, it doesn't, because it says inspiration and tarot's genderless, but this leans towards the feminine. This could be you. This could be someone you want. And also we have images of salamanders and dragonflies and butterflies and stars. All sorts of fun stuff going on, moths, things like that. So issues of transformation, skin shedding, new beginnings, all sorts of stuff. And the lovers. Wow. There are 2 lover cards in this deck. This is the masculine version of the lover's card. Maybe that's relevant to you. Also, lower chakra stuff, going up to higher chakra stuff. This is like a beautiful depiction of the energy centers of the body. So, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat. Yeah, especially throat. And then we get into the crown. But throat is heavily root stuff and throat stuff. So, what I see here is issues of safety and security that relates to that inner child stuff. And also being able to express yourself, being able to say what you need, being able to say what you need in a relationship and have it be heard. So this is more esoteric than any of the other spreads I've done so far. So maybe you just want to hang out and see what happens next. If it's not immediately clear to you. All right. So what's coming up? What's the immediate future for Libra? What does Libra most need to know? What does Libra most need to know, darlings? Please. To start, we have. I see. I see. So, the moon. All right, so we're going to be pulling teeth right now. Some of this stuff is more esoteric. It could be for Libra that there's inner work going on this month rather than outer work romantically. Not sure yet, but it looks like there are some murky shadow work things going on for Libra this month. It may be a time of purging and falling away rather than receiving and receiving and receiving. We have 2 of Swords, a choice. More reinforcement of this. And Justice. All right, darlings. All right, darlings. Let's talk. So, Spirit wants me to say, as one might say, that for Libra right now, this is about a falling away of things. This is about inner stuff, old pain, old choices, old relationships coming up, right? During this retrograde season, coming up during all these heavy retrogrades and just getting right in your face and having to be looked at in a very serious way. I'm seeing both a desire and a need for you to rebalance yourself, do some inner work, do a lot of self-care, and to start to look at the ways you can create more balance in your life. Again, scales and justice, choice, and personal mystery things, not everything, stuff that's murky, stuff that's unconscious, stuff that's affecting your love life in an unconscious way. I see around you, there is material comfort and success. I see there's friendship and people who want to be social with you. There's a possibility that there's two people in your life. Some of you, and this is very specific, so forgive me for this, but some of you may be going through a divorce and may already have someone in your life that you care for, or an ex is influencing how you feel about your life right now. Someone that used to be in your life is kind of circling back around and is trying to be in your life in a way that you mm, are in traditional tarot. The Two of Swords is a woman blindfolded like Justice, and this is the Justice card, holding two swords across her body, and that is both blocking new things and also um, a strong example of stalemate. I'm not letting anything out. I'm not letting anything in. And so there's a part of you that could be really afraid of letting something go completely because you're not sure if it's going to be refilled. But immediately I can tell you that even though you have what you need materially, there appears to be a desire that it's like these are like in complete contradiction to each other. Life is trying to give you something. It wants you to have something. It doesn't necessarily mean it's love, but it certainly is wanting to give you peace. It is certainly wanting to give you contentment, direction, self-care, self-regard, self-respect, right? But it has to kind of run the gamut through some old, dark, frustrating things. We do more cards. Okay. Four. What's some advice? The Magician. Beautiful. The Magician. See the four symbols: earth, air, fire, and water? And that's what those symbols are if you don't follow that. Um, the Magician holds the aces of all the suits. The Magician controls all the elements. You're someone who is a master manifester, be really good at creating abundance and comfort for yourself, and see very content with what you're able to create for yourself. You're not in a relationship because of what someone else can bring you. In fact, most people take from you. So there is a lot of pleasure in your own company because it's where you feel the most abundant. It's rare that somebody comes along and enhances your life as opposed to comes along and basks in the glory of your wonderfulness and just, eats up all that good energy that's near you, right? Um, eats up all that delicious beauty and comfort and creativity that you create. They like to be near it. They like to sample it. They like to enjoy it, but they don't necessarily create in return and give in return. Let's look at more cards, but that's just what I'm basically channeling through here. Four of Cups. Yeah, see, this is a perfect example of this. See the hand? You create, right? You create the beauty. You bring in the beauty, right? Otherwise, it seems like the people in your life kind of take from you They take from you, and you're the one that creates. And it's, see the way this sits? Yeah, let's look at more here. Six of Cups. This is a time of nostalgia. This, in the past, you're examining relationships from the past. They're circling back around in this retrograde time. And you're examining relationships to the past that this is a card of nostalgia where you look back at things and see them as better than they were. Right? So there's a lot of introspection in this spread, like a lot. And it could be that as a result, right? As a result, you're looking at things that once seemed better than they actually are with fresh eyes and giving it a bit more realistic view. And as a result of that, some things will be more peaceful for you. Things that were spiky settle down and become more peaceful for you. Bear in mind, I want to reiterate that all of this is happening in an atmosphere of abundance, comfort, and safety for you. Whatever's going on in your life, you're going to be fine. The Lover's card is here, and we will pull this out and get more information about it. But it does seem like a lot of inner work is happening for you right now. Yeah, a lot of inner work is happening for you right now. Look at that bear. We choose the bear in this camp, if you know that reference, both from a Baldur's Gate point of view and also just a happiness and safety point of view, shall we say. All right. We move these around a little bit. So Libra's looking at all this kind of past relationships, inner work, how good Libra is at creating abundance, comfort, beauty, and how possibly the people in their lives receive and enjoy what they create, but don't exactly replenish Libra. So I want to look at this Lover's card, which is also, used to be called the Choice card, to see if there's more to see with regards to that, and see if we're going to see more inner work or we're going to see some romance stuff, because we have a lot of romance cards coming up in the readings right now. Yours is a little different. Yours is a romance. Well, that's going to sound so trite, but a romance with the self, and I hate that. Yeah, but I do mean quite literally that a lot of old crap is being cleared away for you. Really cleared away and finally put to rest. That Four of Cups suggests that things have gotten a little dull, a little stagnant for you. You're looking at stuff, you're looking maybe back and going, that was nice. Maybe I can have more of that. And then you look at it and you go, you know what? That wasn't as great as I remember. I need to do things differently now. What's causing me to think I only deserve this lesser thing? What is the part of me that thinks that I have to be? That's another thing that's coming up here. Just because you're the magician, just because you're good at creating magic and beauty and safety and comfort, just because you're good at that, doesn't mean that the only way you deserve love is to be amazing. You deserve love because you exist and you're here and you are worthy of love for that reason alone. It has nothing to do with, all your sparklies. Your sparklies are a bonus. Your love worthiness is you already. Okay? Okay. So, the Hierophant. It's interesting the way the colorways are going here. The Hierophant, the love spread with suggests marriage, and maybe your past has been a very traditional route. Maybe you've been married once or twice. You 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 know marriage well. You know the old school expectations of marriage. You have played a role, a wifey role or husband role, much to your displeasure, and you're not willing to do that again. You're not willing to have that experience again. Let's get a few more cards. What does Libra need to know about this Lover's card? What does Libra need to know about the future in this Lover's card? Okay. We've got Nine of Swords. Stress, worry. A lot of your love experience has been really very draining of late. A lot of people around you have been very draining for you of late. Kept you up at night, had you worrying, disturbed your peace. Queen of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. It's time to free yourself from that crap entirely. All right. All right. We have the Ten of Cups here. Team Orca forever. That's another story for another time. Right. Ten of Cups. Right. Right. In let's look at the rest of these cards. Yeah. Three of Swords, a revelation that causes pain. And the Wheel of Fortune. Your fortune's changed. Okay, I've got a story for you. There is an old person in your life that it has from the past that has caused you to feel less than. That is draining for you. That is time for you to be done with. They are draining for you in such a fundamental way that it changes the way you see yourself. It changes the way you see your own energy and your own ability and your own appeal and your own attractiveness. It gets down to the core of your worthiness as a person. And in the purging of this past commitment that is somehow lingering with you right now, you create absolute freedom. And yeah, they might be really surprised that you don't have any intention of having them in your life. In spite of the fact of intense attachments, right? Legal, possible past attachments. Something to do with a legal situation that is a part of this, that possibly creates a karmic tie. Um, and certainly a lot of memories, right? But also just a lot of stress. This is a lot of stress. And the absence of this person in your life actually creates blissful freedom and a change in fortune. For real. I mean, the Queen of Swords, that is a woman or man coming into their prime, untouchable, unless chosen energy. And the Ten of Cups is a happy life, happy family, happy home. It is abundance, and clearly abundance is a returning theme here, right? There's plenty of it to be had. But yeah, no, there is, the season of this is over. The remnants that you've been holding on to for whatever reason, and I'm not judging you in the slightest, but for the person for whom this resonates, if there's any part of you that thinks you have to maintain a relationship with somebody who makes you unhappy, you do not. You do not. Even if it causes them pain. even if your desire to be a kind and good person means you don't want to cause them pain, so you keep them in your life because they don't have anyone else or because they're miserable or something like that, you are not required to give blood every day to a vampire. I mean, some of us like that sort of thing, but let's not talk about my personal kinks. I think that the ending of this will change your life in ways that will surprise you. It will unstick some really old karmic cord. It will slice through some old karmic ties that allow new things to come into your life. I need to pull some more cards now, because if Libra lets go of this old energy, old person, old relationship, if Libra really, and maybe some like cord cutting tie, karmic tie, karmic cord cutting Reiki videos, or some meditations you could do about cutting old ties. It's not that hard to do. I mean, there's real world choices to be made, but there's also just energetic ties you can cut. It will surprise you. It will not be a subtle change in your energy, not at all. Let's get 3 more cards. I want to know what happens if Libra does this. What's the result? What's the result? Because Wheel of Fortune is, yes, definitely a change in fortune for the better. But I want to know how, because I'm nosy. Eight of Swords. Yes, you absolutely free yourself from something that was an imaginary tie. The Eight of Swords is a woman tied loosely with a loose rope, surrounded by swords that seem like a prison, but she could walk right through. There's plenty of room, and the ropes are slack. See this knot? It's not a knot. It's just some cords wrapped around your hand. You can be free. Darling, cut it. Cut the cord. The Eight of Cups is about literally walking away from something in which you at one time had a great investment. Investment? 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 Boy, that just. Do you see what I'm seeing? It could not be more clear. Let go of this thing that you're holding on to and let the universe rush in with more. The Queen of Swords. No, excuse me. And it's first King and Queen of Swords. Oh, so we have the King and Queen of. Oh, see now, darling, sweetie pie, sugar lumps. Honestly, for some of you, the second you let go of this old thing, this thing that you've been maintaining out of a sense of guilt or obligation, or just desire to be thought of as a good, kind, warm, loving person, she said pointedly, the universe will rush in with a counterpart for some of you. A counterpart. King and Queen swords here. Two strong, interesting, and sharp, witty, funny, cool people. And that changes your life. I mean, let's take a look here. Lovers. The Hierophant can mean marriage. I don't know if marriage is for you, though. King and Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. There is something new and very interesting on the horizon for you if you are willing to step out of these loose ropes and cut the cord. Cut it. Cut it. You're done. I know you don't want to because you want to be a nice person. I know you don't want to because you want to be a nice person. I'm here to tell you you are a nice person and you can nope the hell out of this. please consider doing it. Wild spread. I'm going to close this with a little froggy card. Now, if you're open for big doings romantically, I'm telling you, this 10 of Cups and the King and Queen of Swords, okay? This is soulmate stuff. The Lovers is here next to the, there's love. Don't let this spread get to you. It's a great spread. It's a spread that's telling you that, that the thing that you think you can kind of maintain, even though it feels like crap, you can let that go. They need you to let that go as much as you need to let go. Your little froggy card for today is, a card I have not seen before. Even when I am struggling, there is undeniable magic that exists within me. Look at that. How sweet. How sweet. Even when I'm struggling, there is undeniable magic that exists within me. This, I, I'm, I love these cards because they're sweet and cute and adorable. And I like to end spreads with them because they are sweet, cute, and adorable. But honestly, I'm stunned by how often they are directly relevant to what we're reading about. And what I see here is someone, see the little rainbows, the rainbows. It's almost as if you are this beautiful hot air balloon and you're ready to just fly over the orchards and the vineyards and just become this beautiful freeing thing, and you are tied by something that you feel like you have you have to maintain in order to see yourself as a good person. And I'm here to tell you that you'll see yourself as an even better person, freed of this obligation. That's what I got for you, darling. That's what I've got for you this month. And I look forward to reading for you again next month about this and see what happens next. And I will do my best to remember, but I hate hearing my voice and I don't like watching my readings, so I have a tendency to clip the ends off and put them up without looking. So I will do my best to remember. If you liked this, if you found it at least informative, please consider liking and subscribing, and maybe hitting that bell notification so you know when more of my readings are showing up. And if this resonated for you and you are moved to leave a comment, I'd be thrilled. I'm a brand new channel. I know that it's hard to be seen in a sea of stuff, but I'll be here plugging away. So thanks for checking out this really long reading. I so appreciate you. Mwah, 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 my darling, my darling. Be careful out there. Stay safe. Be good. Don't be dead.